Hello and welcome to new video. This video is called a YouTubing bicycle person makes terrible line choices throughout this video. So prepare to be absolutely flabbergasted of my riding choices. And yes, hey, I am riding my giant Rain E+1 2023 model here. It's an e-bike and later in the video I will tell you more about it. But first let me tell you a bit about where we are riding. So this is Jämsä. Jämsä is located in central Finland. So now if you go and look at the map of Finland, you will see that the central, like the middle part of Finland, is actually way higher than where Jämsä is. Jämsä is located in the bulbous central area of Finland, so it's a bit confusing, but we're just gonna have to live with that. So these trails are actually not too far from the city center, so that makes these super accessible, and even though there are some pretty steep sections ahead of us, there are also easier trails, and coming here you can see a lot of different type of riders come to have fun on their bikes, and these areas have also a lot of walking trails, and during winter time you can come do some cross-country skiing here as well. So these forests are known to have plenty of outdoor people enjoying their time outside. This trail that I'm riding now is one of my favorite ones over here, and this is like a staple favorite of mine, despite these last bit of trees that are hanging really low and the bushes are getting really thick. So it's a bit of a squeeze through between all of that. But yeah, let's go and enjoy some bike riding action. Here we go. This trail that I'm riding in this clip is actually a completely new trail. I have never been here before. So obviously when you're riding a new trail that you haven't ridden before, even though if you wanted to like zoom down it, like because this trail is like really super smooth and fun, there's no trees close by, but you never know what is behind the next corner. Like see, there are some bridges built here. So obviously I didn't know that earlier, and luckily there was nothing like dangerous behind the corner, but obviously you should always stay very alert when riding a new trail. It is actually a pretty big brain move to scout the trail first before doing any madman stunts on it, without knowing what's coming up ahead. I'm still on this new trail, and I heard a moped sound, so I was thinking that there has to be a road nearby. And just so happened there was a road, and without second thinking time I just took on the road and started to drive. And eventually I found out that I was getting too close to the city, so I had to dig out my map and actually see which trails are more used around this area to get myself back on the more bicycle traily stuff than just on the road. The phone mount that I'm using is quad lock, and it's pretty expensive, but it's also pretty damn good, so it has been well worth the investment. And this is actually my second case for the same handlebar mount, so it's very well worth the money for me at least. And here's some more absolutely goober trail choosing. I'm like, yeah, let's go this way because this looks like a good trail. This happens to me quite often. I see a good looking trail and then it just disappears. But then I realize, oh, what's here? I see a glimpse of water, and this is actually the Sorvajärvi lake itself, and on the other side of this lake goes the Sorvajärvi trail that we went to and are gonna go today later again. So yeah, I found this route section trail here. Pretty good. I like it.
Aika tiukka väli.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight squeeze between these trees, but maybe in the future I am able to find my way between that safely. But hey, now it's time to talk about the bike. Here it is. Yay! Have a look, isn't it gorgeous? So, this is, like I said, it's Giant Rain E+1, and it's an e-bike. Motor is Giant Sync Drive Pro with 85 Newton meters, and it has 800 watt-hour battery. There is a SRAM GX AXS access, so there is a electric shifter, dropper post from Giant. Down here you can see the Maestro flip chip instructions, so I'm riding this bike now in high position. Here on the top tube you have the information screen. The brakes are SRAM Code R, and they are pretty good brakes. I am a SRAM fan girl, so I'm really liking the spec that's going on here. I'm currently running Vittoria Martello and Mazza in Enduro compound. They're super grippy on the trails. I really like them on the a bit more techie stuff, but these a bit more mellower trails, I think that they are a bit sticky as well. And also while doing the longer transferring to the trails, they are so sticky on the asphalt, but they're absolutely doing their job, and they are pretty good. I've had them on the bike for about 500 kilometers now, so they're really working hard and doing well. The fork is Fox 38 Float Performance Elite, 170 millimeters of travel with grip to damper. Yeah, it's a pretty hefty one, and there are a lot of adjustments. I found it actually quite approachable visiting the Fox website and just going with the recommended, like, try these settings, and that's a good point to start adjusting your fork to your own taste and to suit your riding style. And the rear shock is Fox Float X2 Performance Elite, and it's 160 mm travel in the rear. What the Maestro flip chip actually does is that you can adjust your bike's geometry with that, and changing it from the low to high position actually changed the bottom bracket height with 1 centimeter. and it changes the head tube angle with 0.7 degrees. So it's not a change that you immediately can tell, like, oh, this is now 0.7 degrees different. But when you actually go to the trails and you see and you feel the higher bottom bracket, it actually makes the bike so much more agile and so much more suited to these trails that we have here in Jämsä that it just makes the bike fly. It's pretty incredible. In the low position, the bike feels super planted to the ground, and it's very, like, it feels very trustworthy, and like you can easily feel comfortable doing high speeds on it. For me, for our twisty turny trails, the high position is my go-to setting, but it's very good to have these possibilities nowadays in bikes that you can adjust the bike relatively simply to be more suitable to your terrain, to your riding, and to your liking. I think this type of adjustment possibilities are very important because e-bikes are expensive and many people wonder what bike they should choose because what bike is the correct one. So having a bike that you can adjust around gives more versatility, and you can have like 2 different style of specs for the one bike, which is pretty damn good.
Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
The Sorvajärvi trail is just over 3 kilometers long if you do the whole trail. So there is a lot to ride, and it's very good practicing place where the trail is kind of always the same. So if you want to like test your progress on training and speed controlling, this is a very good place to do that. Obviously taking note of other riders and users. And this section, I usually clear this like without any problems, but I don't know, maybe it was the heat and the long riding day before this, and I absolutely couldn't do that uphill like I normally do. It's a bit techy one, but obviously with this type of bike and me having been here so many times, there shouldn't be an issue. But that just goes to show that you can tire yourself out on a day of riding, and obviously even like familiar places and spots that you've ridden before like gazillion times can become difficult. Like this one here as well. I don't know what happened. I just usually ride this through. I don't stop and think about it and complain there. But this time I did. So I just wanted you to see that like this is a trail that I ride very often, but it's not always a walk in the park. Sometimes riding while being super exhausted can obviously be like even dangerous, so I do not recommend that in any form. Stay responsible, and that way you can ride longer because you're not falling down and hurting yourself. And if you're wondering where that like snapping sound comes from, it's from my seat. So I ended up cleaning the seat, like the rails that attach the seat to the seat post after this ride. And after realizing that the terrible clicking sound is all the way through this video, but yeah, just dusty days and hard riding, and yeah, the dust gets everywhere. So keep your bike clean and it will make a lot less noise. Yeah, thanks for riding with me today. Hope you liked this video and see you on the trails and see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.